There we go. Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And today I'm with my bro, Kevin Moore. Kevin's Cryptos on Twitter. How goes it, bro? Thanks for
Great.
calling in all the way from Canada.
Yeah, how you doing, Ken?
Oh, dude, I'm great. I'm great. How's your cold storage? Is it
Oh,
secure?
it's good. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're just a typical winter up here in Lindsay, Ontario, which is about an hour and a half northeast of Toronto. Yeah, snow on the ground and just the normal niceties of the winter.
Yeah, that's like every day though in Canada.
No,
But
it isn't. You've been up here in the summer, man.
yeah, I guess. I mean, there was one nice day out of the.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
The
I feel like
DDP.
the yeah, exactly. The DDP was great, but that was like they summoned the sun spirits or something. Like that was a fluke. I heard that what was it? Canada Day
Yeah,
was like
right.
the hottest day in history or something, and that was when I was
Yeah, right.
there.
Yeah, it got to 78 degrees. It was the hottest day ever in Canada.
Dude, that was a great introduction. But the last time I was in Canada, I left with frostbite on my balls. So
I know you were up promoting for Satoshi's ball, right?
yeah, dude, Satoshi's ball was pretty
Blizzard.
fun, man. It was just, it was really cold. So good thing, John came out with the friggin' flamethrower, and we got to use the
That
not
was
a
amazing.
flamethrower. That was fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So how's the vibe in Canada with crypto right now with Quadriga, exiting with $190 million worth of Bitcoin and shit? Like,
Well, that specific, I guess you could call it scandal or scam at this point
it's a
is
scam at this point. It was a scandal. Now it's a scam.
so it was kind of probably from day one their intention, but yeah, it's kind of up here in Canada and I think around the world. Kraken's even responded with $100,000 reward for who helped foil this type of crime.
You better hope he ain't being greedy with his mistress. He better be treating her right. She's got $100,000 bounty sitting in her back pocket.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know how much. I think he sold 190 million. So
I know, but
it's
that's what I mean. He better not be greedy. You know what I mean? That's all I'm
yeah.
saying.
Yeah. So I don't know, like in that scenario, Ken, the original story was that the Quadriga CEO died with all the password codes to his cold storage wallets that held all the corporate funds
Well, yeah, and then we
and
found
the
out that they
custody.
didn't even have the public address. So not only did they not have the keys, they didn't even know what address the keys would go to.
Right. Yeah. So that's it's pretty interesting. My dad actually bought his first Bitcoin through the Quadriga
Oh,
exchange,
no
and
shit. Your dad got
yeah,
Mount Gox 2.0'd.
yeah, no, no, he bought it through there, right? But it was a simple transaction. It was actually third party. So
Oh, so he
earlier
didn't leave
on,
his keys on the exchange.
no, not at all. He didn't even
Smart
participate in
man.
the Quadriga end of transaction. But there was this guy that we knew through someone that we did trust that was out in Alberta. Because at the time when we first started, it wasn't like it's not the easiest to get into cryptocurrency if you don't know the steps it takes or what to look for. So we use this fella, and we would send him like I think $3,000-4,000 at a time in cash, and he would buy the crypto and do a small little fee and shoot it up to us. And that was pretty trusting, like I
Hmm.
said, because every time we sent that cash, he could have just said, "Nope, I'm good."
Well, that's the peer to peer part, That's the I was talking to somebody about this shill. Um, fuck, dude. I was talking to him about this on Twitter, and I guess I could bring it up. Like the whole like, where's the escrow and credit, companies gonna come from? Like, smart contracts and DAOs can't replace like the verifier of the transactions, and I think it's gonna do a lot to do with like the digital reputation and social clout, where you're going to have a new type of credit score, and it's not going to be reflected on your FICO score. It's going to be reflected on your engagement with the community. So I don't know, but anyway, as I digress, so what role did Quadriga really play in Canada for crypto? Was it like your Coinbase or?
No, no, it wasn't. It was one that was kind of like I wouldn't have heard about it if I didn't know my buddy who had his cousin buy through there. So I think the equivalent to Coinbase in Canada would be considered Coin Square. What color you want my Lambo? You know,
Yeah, CoinSquare, that's probably the one I think. That or Coinberry, I think I know those two the most. I
yeah. See,
never heard of
Coinbase is
fucking
fairly new, but I
Quadriga.
mean, Coinberry's fairly new, but like at the end of the day, they're all fairly new. Netcoins is more of an OTC type, but definitely
Netcoins is sort
are
of like your local Bitcoins. It's kind of how I
right.
kind of relate to it.
Well, yeah, because like me, I become a guy where you can buy as much
Right,
crypto.
exactly. And that's kind of what local Bitcoins did. If I have Bitcoin, I could just hop on there and say, hey, I'm selling, and people would just come to me, or I'd go to them to buy it or sell it. And Netcoins is sort of like Canada's version of local Bitcoins, where you can just call somebody up and they'll either come to you in person or you can do it over what's that mobile banking thing that you guys use in Canada? That thing's
It's
freaking
called
cool.
Interact money transfer. So you can send, I think, up to
That's
three or
more
four
common
thousand
than
dollars.
PayPal.
Yeah, and it's like literally, it's the bank version of crypto. It's very fast. It's very easy. It's
What are
very
the fees
convenient.
like?
Well, there used to be a $1 fee every time you send an Interact transfer, but now they're not charging. It's
Well,
like
I
part of
guess after
the
they charge $1 for every one, they made a fucking enough money. Damn.
yeah, yeah. See, I think that maybe some banks, based on
That
either your
really doesn't work
history.
for microtransactions then. That kind of would suck if you only need it like,
Well,
hey,
if it
send me
was
a
$1 for
dollar.
sure,
Right,
100%,
exactly. So I
100%.
guess now it does though. I guess you could send 50 cents to Sean or DJ Me
Yeah,
Popsicle and
there
it would
might be
work.
like a $5 minimum. I'm not even
Ah,
sure.
okay. But it's cool though,
So,
right? Like it's different, right? It's not like PayPal, it's not like banking. It's sort of like that weird gray adoption phase middleman where people are getting
well,
really used to using their phone and doing digital transactions.
well, if you look at it like this, there's a bank to start, Interact handles the money, and then a bank to end. So Interact is like the intermediary that facilitates
Well, like
that
I said, like
that
PayPal,
trade.
but a little
Yeah,
cooler.
yeah, yeah. So I forget what I was going to say about Quadriga, but
But what's the atmosphere like? Are people actually talking about it? Is it in the local news? Is it something that's
no, like
mainstream?
see where I am, local news would never include cryptocurrency at this stage of the game. I mean, it's like I'm probably one of a handful of people in this town, which is 20,000 people that know what it is and have an interest. Um, so I don't really hear a lot of buzz on the streets per se, but you see it in the news feeds on your Facebook and some of your Facebook friends. But a lot of my Facebook friends that are into crypto are North America and around the world, right?
Yeah.
So I can't comment specifically with regards to the buzz on the street um, in the crypto world, and I've kind of been a little less engaged as I was before. It's because I got a lot going on and whatnot, but not to say that I'm not equally interested. I just haven't been able to go to many events and whatnot that I was doing this time last year. I was pretty aggressively um, trying to broaden my knowledge and attach myself to an opportunity in this space. This time last year, pretty aggressively because it was right after the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and blockchain super conference in Texas where we met.
I got Crypto Dale in the chat. Crypto Dale wants to know this is Bitcoin Energy liquid assets, but DM me on Twitter and I'll give you a free case. So shout out to Crypto Dale. I'm gonna send you a free case of Bitcoin Energy drinks. All right, bro. You've had these before, right?
Yeah, man, that's a freaking amazing deal. Where are they?
I don't know if I can send them to Canada. That's the only issue. I can do it
No, I
in
understand. No, actually, to
states.
be honest, Jan or Ross actually reached out to me, and
Crypto
they
Culture
got
Magazine.
yeah, they got a bunch of cases coming up. They're trying to take care of distribution in Canada, so that's pretty cool.
That's gonna be smart, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
he reached out to me for this area, but I don't know. I don't know, a suitcase and a couple of drinks in it, trying to sell space on the shelf.
yeah, no, I dig it. I mean, but I think it makes sense for things like in New York City, there's an event going on at the
Yeah,
Bitcoin Center, New York City. It's next week. I'm gonna drive up there. I wish you could come out. It's gonna be pretty cool, man. And like this is something like a venue like Bitcoin Center should carry, and even just to have around. So I think it's cool as a potential business model. Like I can get local convenience stores to buy this in bulk, and I can earn off of that as like a salesperson for Bitcoin Energy. That's pretty cool. But I wanted to go back towards the space in Quadriga and things like everyone's
Well,
talking about delete Coinbase. What are your thoughts on that?
yeah, well, I've seen that. People say delete Coinbase. Now, to be honest, my thoughts on that are I haven't really looked into what the big problem with Coinbase is or not. I mean, there's always that custody issue that it depends on what your knowledge level is in the space and how important that is to you. Um, it was my on ramp. It was very easy for me to do. But at the end of the day, if there's a better, safer replacement, then great. And if not, then I mean, there's going to be people that want to use that type of a system. It's like that, more of like the Apple-based system, so to speak. It's
Right.
a little more intuitive, and the fees are the fees reflect that. So that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts on it, Ken?
Yeah, I guess I got some. I don't know. I'm with the whole delete Coinbase thing, but I've been with it for a long while now. Ever since they acquired the I can't remember the name, the competitor for Chainalysis, Neotro, something weird. I don't remember. But like Coinbase is actively data mining their end users, and recently it's been brought to light that they actually had a third party company, sell that data. So they've been selling your data from your Coinbase account to third parties, and that's a bigger issue on its own. But people
Yeah, for
are
sure.
people are okay with it. Nobody cares about Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat stealing all your nudes and data mining your engagement with each other to build ads to subliminally brainwash you. But they'll still use the platforms. Wells Fargo was caught opening accounts for people and charging them massive amounts of fees over the years, and nobody really gave a shit. Kevin Pham, kind of kicked up a little bit of dust, but nobody really cared about what Wells Fargo did. Nobody's really going to care about what Coinbase did. But I think the whole listing Ripple thing was like the straw that broke the community's camel's back or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everybody's pissed that Coinbase is listing Ripple.
Okay. So, like, what about when it comes to a wallet and a wallet has Ripple on it? Is that the same thing as listing it on an exchange?
What do you mean?
So, like, I don't think can you hold Ripple on an Edge wallet?
Yes, but it's Coinbase. It was a little different when Coinbase says they have a standard for what something is and isn't, and clearly stated that XRP, goes against their terms of coin listings,
Right.
and listed the reasons why, and believe there's even like open federal investigations right now that makes it even more ridiculous that Coinbase would list them as an exchange. But the difference between a wallet listing a cryptocurrency and an exchange is I'm not buying Ripple on Edge. I'm able to buy XRP on Coinbase, and that's what makes it a problem for Coinbase, and that's what makes it a problem for all of us who are sitting here saying, it looks like it's clearly been a pay to play move, and I don't think it's going to work out very well legally or even with the community wise with Coinbase. But there are a unicorn. They may be pretty big and they may have partnered right, but now they may have pissed off JP Morgan. Who knows? So it's just I don't think we should be using Coinbase for a lot more reasons than them just listing XRP. That's my opinion. Like that's just a stupid reason to say delete Coinbase when there's a lot more fucked up reasons to delete Coinbase. Like when they freeze your account, when the price is going volatile, you can't buy or you can't sell, you can't withdraw because your account's like frozen. There's a freeze. There's an issue. Uh,
Well,
you
yeah.
know,
When Bitcoin Cash got listed, it was like a fucking
Well, that was the fucking
shit show.
reason they should all go to jail. There was an insider investigation for an inside investigation for insider trading. So Coinbase was accused of insider trading. They did an in-house investigation and then said, "No, we didn't." And everybody was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And they just went about their fucking day. So there's a lot more big reasons to say delete Coinbase than just whining about them listing XRP. Like, that's cool. I love that it's getting somebody to talk about it, but talk about the real fucking issues, like, them selling your data or, freezing your accounts and not giving you your private keys. And then have you heard this? Coinbase is going to give you your private keys now on a cloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
good?
Would you like to have your private keys on a cloud like Google Photos or Dropbox?
Yeah. So it's secure, super secure.
Yeah, and it's encrypted by Coinbase. So only Coinbase can unencrypt the file that's on your cloud.
Hmm.
Yeah. So if they say no, we're not going to unencrypt that file, then what's the fucking point of you thinking you have your private keys on the cloud?
Okay, so like, what about Edge when it comes to private keys? Do they encrypt them somewhere?
Yeah, they're encrypted on the device through your either your biometrics. So if your Edge wallet's locked through your fingerprint, it's
Okay.
basically encrypted through the software, the phone software biometric encryption. And then you
Okay.
could add a pin on top of the biometric lock of your fingerprint, and then you could actually have your private keys. You could on the Edge wallet, you can get your seed phrase, or you can get individual private keys. Same thing with like Monarch wallet or most other wallets that are out there
Yeah.
that are decentralized, non-custodial. But it's Coinbase that's holding everything. It's a Quadriga in or a Mount Gox 2 or whatever you want to call it in the happening. We're literally watching history build up to this orgasmic catastrophic event.
Yeah.
And I mean, having your private keys on the cloud is just dumb. Don't do it, bro. I mean,
No.
Google's going to design some kind of sniffing, sweeping software that specifically looks for files that are private keys, and they're just going to sweep them all, and they're going to have a giant insider thing. Somebody working at Google, we don't know who, or they'll have some kind of fall guy or something, but there's going to be an event where all the cloud services are so honeypotted because everyone's screenshotting their private keys and putting it on Dropbox or putting it on Google Photos. I wouldn't want to just attack you when I could attack them and get everybody's private keys that are stored on the cloud. So it's just a bad idea to do it.
What if Amazon Alexa is Cyberdyne Systems Skynet?
This thing right here, like, that freaks me out right here too. Even I don't like to like read my words out loud and shit. And there we go, you're gone. I have one of these, and I have one on there, so I can just like turn my cameras off and shit when I'm writing down my keys, because I am concerned, and people
Yeah,
should
for
be.
sure.
And I get worried about screen capturing and stuff like that. Like that's why sometimes I like the hardware wallets, where you can use the hardware wallet. You can the private keys are displayed on the hardware wallet. They're not displayed on your device like your computer or your smartphone. So there are some advantages, but I don't really like hardware wallets as much as I prefer like a cold storage Android device.
Sorry, I'm jumping all around here, but
Jump,
when I
jump.
was when I was scrolling through Facebook today, I saw it was a Facebook credit card,
Ooh.
and it said Facebook is planning to be the largest central bank in the world.
They could. I mean, the only thing stopping them is regulations. They have, but if they get if they file for a banker's license and they get it, they can. Nothing's stopping them. Or they could partner with somebody that already has a banking license, like PayPal or whatever, backdoor integrate it through an API in their Facebook Messenger, so it doesn't look like you're using PayPal, but you are, and whatever. Or they could make their own and get it approved. That's probably what they're going to do. Facebook either acquires or assimilates and destroys. And we've seen it with Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook Messenger and things like that. But yeah, Facebook coin's going to be ridiculous, dude. I don't know what to think of it.
But it's gonna be. I think it'd be a fairly speculative asset.
Well, they're saying it's going to be a stable coin pegged to multiple different fiat currencies, not just the US dollar, but the euro, peso, yen, different mainstream, currencies, fiat currencies. And they're gonna yeah, exactly. They said, I think in one of the articles I read, they're gonna have a reserve in multiple currencies to back the tokens that are in circulating supply. So
Yes, yeah, if
yeah.
you're like almost $1 trillion company, you might have some money in the bank to tie to
I mean, they
things
are
like
a
that.
bank at this point when they have $1 trillion in the bank, right? I mean, why would you put your $1 trillion in a bank and not just make a bank and put your own trillion in it itself, And that's like I said, that's what Facebook does, right? They don't really like to play with others. They like to compete, consume, and eliminate competition. And they're just moving on to the banking industry. You know, they probably lose a shit ton of money on fucking fees like everybody else does.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't use it. I would not be using a Facebook coin or a Facebook wallet or none of that. And it's funny because a lot of people are complaining about Facebook KYC and all this. Like, yeah, you're going to have to do KYC for Facebook, man. And so I'm like, they already know everything about you more than you know about you. Like, your therapist doesn't know as much about you as fucking Facebook does. And you're worried about KYC. There's bigger problems, again, to be talked about, but at least it gets people to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you remember that company we bumped into when we were in Dallas last year called Social Wallet?
Yeah, Social Wallet.
Do you know if they're flourishing? Do they have a community? And
I haven't really checked them out in a little while. It's been so crazy in the space. It's hard to keep up with every friggin' project that's doing things. But yeah, I actually have a few of their tokens, I believe, but I don't really know what the project's up to anymore. I gotta reach out to Ken
Ken.
DeCross and see if I can get him on the horn and get him on the podcast to get an update.
So what's the next big conference you're going to, Ken?
I don't know. Coinsbank and World CryptoCon are kind of like the top two on my list.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I kind of want to make sure I'm on the Coinsbank cruise again. I know McAfee's going to be there again, and hanging out with him last year was a blast. Even hanging out with Roger and Tone Vase, Jimmy Song, all those guys, Brock Pierce, Charlie Lee, Bobby Lee. There was a lot of fun to be had on that cruise, and it was a 5-day party. It wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't like other conferences, and I think it was because nobody could leave, right? Like, everybody got to meet everybody, even though there was 2,000 some hundred people. There was thousands of us, but we all got to meet each other because we couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then World CryptoCon for my 31st birthday in Vegas, so I'll be there.
Yeah, so that's actually World CryptoCon, 29th to the 31st at the Cosmo, not at the Aria. Cosmo's right next to it, Cosmopolitan, and I'm sure it's going to be some familiar faces. They're trying to increase both their exhibitor and attendee.
I think the Cosmo is a better idea than the Aria was. That was way too much.
Yeah, it was I think 4 floors.
Yep, it was awesome, but it was much. It was much.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. I think I probably walked 100 miles those 3 days.
Hey, that's Vegas for you. I actually, Adam Charles, you remember the guy that dressed up as you?
Yeah, I love Adam.
So we, when like on the last day I was there wasn't a lot of people left. So I met him in the lobby. We walked from Aria down past Treasure Island, which is pretty far, and then back, and made sure we got some In-N-Out burger. It's quite good. And he actually stopped at White Castle. So
I should have walked out to White Castle. I thought about it when I was there, but there's just everything you need is in the Aria. There was really like no reason to go outside and see the sun.
Well, everything you need is in Aria and MedMen.
Yeah, MedMen. I mean, shit, I love MedMen.
It was good, wasn't it? It was like the Apple Store. It was like the Apple Store of dispensaries. Like, it's got all the tables laid out.
I like it a lot, man. They have like a lot of ways that like make help you know that you're getting what you think you're getting when you're like what strain you're getting and how much THC is in it and stuff like that. And the way they displayed it,
joints was amazing.
Yo, it was so fucking convenient. It even came with a lighter. It came with a lighter.
Yeah, it did.
I miss Vegas.
It came with a Bic lighter every time. It with a sleeve.
Well, we were talking earlier. You got scammed buying some cannabis stuff, man. So finish that story because I don't know exactly how you were scammed, but it looks like you bought some rolling papers.
So I've been using these raw cones, and this one here is an authentic, genuine raw cone holder. This particular one doesn't have any cones, and these are ones
I wonder why that is.
Yeah, they fell out, and this one here is one that we ordered off of a website called Wish. same idea, authentic raw cones. But when we paid $25 for like a pack of 48, and you pay
Ooh.
$3 each normally, it was a crazy too good to be true deal. Well, they're fucking fake, 100% fake.
Well, how are they fake though?
Okay, so
Show me
fake.
one. How is it fake? I don't get it.
Okay, well, it's not that it's like fake rolling paper material. That's an assembly process for that cone. I don't have one right in front of me.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's basically just a paper wrapped around a cone. That's what it is, and you fill it. Well, these ones, when you fill it, the way that they wrapped it, when you get to the top and you twist the end, you suck on it and you can pull the air through because it's coming through the side.
Right.
So it's not sealed. And yeah, so my wife made a complaint and they gave her the money back. But
I ordered one thing on Wish once, and it was one of those Assassin's Creed style hoodies that look really cool in the fucking thumbnails, but when you order it, it just doesn't look cool on anybody. There's never a fucking occasion to wear an Assassin's Creed looking fucking hoodie. Just no. But it looks cool in photos and thumbnails for the ads. I'll give them that. But anyway, I bought one, and I got it in an extra large because I was like, it'll shrink in the wash. I'll get an extra large. And it came, and it was like fucking $8, bro, and it was a nice looking hoodie, but it was like super small, and it was like an Asian extra large or some shit. And I was like, this is fucking bullshit. This is an extra large in Asia. They're really trying to hurt my feelings and my wallet at the same fucking time. So I did the same thing. I made a complaint. They sent me my money back, and then I was like, I have this hoodie if I ever accidentally get shrinking, by a shrink ray or something. Yay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fuck Wish. Well, I don't trust Wish, man. That's the moral of the story.
That's my bad experience with Wish. My good experience is I got my wedding ring from it.
Oh, shit. No way.
Titanium brushed wedding ring for $4.95.
No way.
Yep.
Your wedding ring was under $5.
Yep.
How much was your wife's? How much was your wife's?
My wife's was like, I don't know, $3,000 or $4,000.
All right, thank fucking God, bro. I was like starting to get real worried about the foundation of your marriage.
No, she started using this Wish, and she says, "I'm gonna try."
That's fucking cool, though, man.
Well, in advance, right? Just in case it wasn't, then we just go buy a normal one. But it's titanium, it's brushed, and it's sweet.
I'm willing to bet, I've met your wife, and I'm willing to bet that she ordered more than one and has them somewhere in cold storage of her own in case if you ever lose it. I noticed she ordered more than one.
That's a somewhat true of a story. When the other, probably about 3 months ago, I was brushing off my car and there was a bit of snow. And the snow got on my hand, and I went to go like this to brush it off, and my ring fell off. And it was gone, 100%. Never to be seen again. It was one size too big, so my wife ordered 2 more rings. She actually ordered one, and it came in, and it wasn't brushed. She's smart. It wasn't brushed aluminum, so she ordered another one. They gave it to her for free. Like there's some pretty amazing stuff on there, but that was one thing that
I can't use Wish though, man. I have way too many horror stories. Plus, I don't know. I'm a big fan of like things like Amazon or like even the Facebook Market. You ever see like Facebook Market? I fucking love that. I just like hop up on there, and that's the thing. Like I'll offer people a little bit more than what they're asking, and I'll be willing to pay in Bitcoin. So if they're like selling something for like $100, I'll hop in there and be like, I'll give you 120 if you'll accept Bitcoin. And every once in a while, I got some stuff in my room, but I grabbed some things off of the Facebook Marketplace, and it's like, their first time accepting Bitcoin, and it's just really cool experience. So, I mean, it goes back to, bartering peer-to-peer and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Oh, I love Amazon as well. It's pretty nice system.
When's the next conference I'm going to see you at, man? I'm starting to miss you, seeing your face, and it's been a while.
I don't know. Bare minimum, Untraceable in the summer.
Untraceable? Where and when? What's that?
It'll be in Toronto. They haven't announced the date yet. They're just teasing on. They're like, would somebody like?
Is it going to be at the Rebel Theater again?
Oh yeah, it'll be there though.
Yo, guys, listen. Right now, listen to me. If you want to go to a conference and not waste your time, not waste your money, have a good time and meet quality people, untraceable. 100%. Are you listening? Untraceable. I love that conference, dude. Fucking Larry King, dude. They killed it. That was so. And then Max Kaiser just wandering around like a lost puppy, like just talking to everybody. And it was just, cool to hang out with Justin Wu and meet everybody, that was with the gear team. And just fun, man. Good times. Good times.
And you'll know what this means, but it was really nice for me to go. I broke out of jail and came out.
Yeah, dude, we did a breakaway. It was we should have made a Netflix special out of that. That whole weekend was so amazing.
Speaking of Netflix, didn't you say you were getting a couple interviews to be put on a Netflix documentary?
Yeah, I think actually at that Toronto event they interviewed me. Yeah, they were interviewing Larry King and Sean Hebert, our buddy. He snuck into that one and kind of conference crashed the Larry King interview, and then they interviewed Max Kaiser and Charles Hoskins was there of IOHK, founder of Cardano, and they kind of like wandered into me and interviewed me. So I cross my fingers that they don't cut me out of that Netflix documentary, because hand to God, guys, I was tripping balls on mushrooms, and I don't know exactly what I said in that interview, because they were supposed to interview me at like 10 a.m. that morning, and they kept postponing it because they kept getting other interviews, like I said, with like Larry King and all these other people. And then eventually like 6 p.m. they come up to me and they're like, "Are you ready for your interview?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." It's like, so I really want to see what it looks like, because nobody else recorded that. We just got some pictures of me with the Netflix crew.
So, speaking of Netflix documentaries, the first Netflix documentary I watched that was related to Bitcoin was called Banking on Bitcoin. And it talked about the Winklevosses and a fellow by the name of Nick Spanos.
I fucking love you, Nick. Yeah, he's the dude at the Bitcoin Center. You met him?
I met him there. He was there, right?
Wait, where? When? I'm so
Untraceable.
Oh, that's right. He was there. Dude, I actually got to hang out with Nick.
Nick Sapos or Spanos. I don't know. I'm fucking it up somehow. Anyways, the guy that was trying to open the Wall Street Bitcoin exchange in that movie.
Yeah, it's Spanos. He was trying to offer somebody Bitcoin, and she was like, "I'd rather have..." Yo, ever since I saw that, man, I've been a fan of his. And then I met him in real life, dude. Fucking cool as hell, dude. And that real dollar still isn't worth as much as it would be if she would have bought Bitcoin with it on that day.
So I'm Canadian, therefore my reserve currency is Canadian dollar, but I still believe in this $1.
That's what she was saying. It was a great scene. I love that documentary, man. It was actually one of my favorite. I probably watched it way too many times, to be honest.
I've watched it definitely a few times.
The End of Money as We Know It was a great documentary. Did you ever see that one?
The End of Money as We Know It?
Yep.
No, I haven't. Who's in that one?
Dude, it's just a great documentary. It's mostly about the end of money, with Bitcoin and crypto kind of sprinkled on top. But it's not, it's not so Bitcoin heavy. And then I would say watch the Banking on Bitcoin. So if you have somebody that's kind of new, exactly. The End of Money as We Know It, or The End of Money as You Know It, and then Banking on Bitcoin in that order, and people be woke. It's like the Matrix for economics for people.
Yeah.
DJ Me Popsicle, you should have been here, man. You should pop up.
What's Meaty P doing? Did he say something?
Yeah, no, he's in the chat. Let me see if I can get him in here, man. DJ. I'm gonna see if I can send you a link, man. Yo, kind of recap and reminisce, because I posted a tweet a little while ago about, if you met me at an event and share a memory. And we met in Texas, and we've been to a few conferences, man. We have a ton of memories together at this point. We've even put together a few events of our own and meetups and conferences and stuff like that. We've had like what about 250 people come out to our little mini meetup conference. That was fucking
Yeah.
epic. And then I think one of my and I want to my favorite memory is probably at the expo, the Sex Expo in Quebec. So let me grab DJ Me Popsicle real quick, and I'll start to get into that. But like, nope, that's not the link. Invite, copy URL.
Oh my God, I would love to tell the story about our trip
All
to the
right,
Sex Expo.
all right. So here's just one of the stories. We can't fully disclose the whole unraveling. DJ, it's Zoom. But so anyway, we're doing a conference in Toronto, right? And then Ottawa. And then we went to I think that's when Kyle Kemper had his conference in Toronto. So we did our event, then we went to his event, and then we drove all the way to Quebec, right? Wasn't that kind of how the events unfolded?
Yeah, so sorry, let me do a quick recap there. So in June in Toronto, we did an event sponsored by EchoBit where Ken came to town to Canada for the first time. And I'm pretty sure you came to Canada about 8 times after that.
Yeah.
In 2000 and oh, looks like is DJ coming?
There he is. I can hear some noise.
DJ?
Hello?
There
What's
you
up,
go.
buddy?
How goes it, bro?
Yeah, let me,
So, yeah, we're just recapping. As you could see, you were in the chat, bro. So, nice hat, man. Nice hat. I love it.
thank you.
So, yeah, Kevin was just catching everybody up on, like, how the events unfolded. But I guess to kind of speed things along, we ended up at a Sex Expo in Quebec. And it had, like, nothing to do with Bitcoin, nothing to do with cryptocurrencies. But there was one project there that was sort of crypto related, and it was an adult company, and it was Vice Industry Token. So we kind of got our foot in the door at this sex conference because there was one company at the whole conference that had something to do with cryptocurrencies. And here's my favorite memory, like, flashback part is Kevin.
I remember where
so
this
many.
is going.
No, there's so many, but no, this Kevin. We get there and we don't have like a ticket. We don't have a fucking friend in the world at this expo. And we found the organizer, Michelle. Wasn't that his name?
Michelle, 100%.
I'll never forget that his name was Michelle. So that was that. And we met him, and we're like, yo, dude, we're supposed to be on the rafting thing, Like, I heard there was a thing with rafting today. What? So the guy gives Kevin and us directions to where the wild water rafting excursion is for everybody who actually bought a ticket. And we get there, we just show up, and they're at like a barbecue, like press, media type thing, take pictures, have food. It was pretty cool. There was a lot of hot chicks. It was an adult expo, and guys running around in like mankinis. It was a thing, and volleyball was happening. Slow motion. It was awesome, and Kevin gives up a Satoshi, like a physical Bitcoin. It was a token that had a private key on it, protected by a holographic peel, and it had some Bitcoin on that physical coin. So it's cold storage. And Kevin goes up to this guy and he's like, yo, dude, I want to get my buddies on the rafting thing, and they're having paperwork issues with their tickets. Can I give this to you to get us on? The dude takes the Bitcoin and says, yeah, go on into the party. So I mean, seriously, there's like Pornhub, Bang Bros, there was everybody, Steam,
Bang.com.
Bang.com. There were so many of these like mainstream adult companies there, and it was like the CEO, CMO, CFOs, all the like the head board guys. This is like their company business to business conference / retreat, and we crashed that shit. And now I'm on a wild water rafting tour, paddling through the chops with sex workers from like porn that I have actually fapped to, and the company owners of the people that own the companies that I go to fap. It was amazing. I almost came in the middle of the like lake, dude. It was that much fucking fun. So yeah, that was probably one of my favorite memories, traveling with Kevin, going to these conferences.
That was a good time.
Lost his phone.
Oh, dude, yeah, he lost his phone on the wild water rafting tour, trying to take pictures, going through like level 3, level 4 chop, and I found it, and it was a waterproof phone, so it was on like the raft and buried in water, and I put it in my pocket. And we pretended like he lost it for like a good hour or so, and then I had to give it back because I just felt bad. But no, like it was. There's so much, dude. Dude, DJ Me Popsicle, how many people don't believe me about the Pizza Nuru massage parlor that was across the street?
Oh yeah, you walk out the hotel, you walk across the street, into
Get a hand job at a pizza
back alley, and pizza massage.
No, it said Nuru massage. It was quite clear on what was going down on that pizza consumption.
Quebec is a wild place. Montreal is like north, but wilder.
Right. So, DJ, you gonna be going to the conferences this year, man? I gotta get you out to one of them out here, man. You gotta get your passport.
Get my passport. Planning on going to college here soon, so I'm gonna have to think about that. But yeah, I gotta get my passport, and I'll definitely be coming out to some conferences down there.
Just don't put DJ Me Popsicle in the application, just to save you some time.
Yeah, no, I'll have to use my government name.
Ken, the Ottawa crew is falling apart. They're going back to school.
Yeah, Sean went back to school. DJ's going to school. Shit. So DJ,
back in Madoc now.
I want to get your opinion, DJ. What's the Quadriga exchange vibe like in Canada? Has it affected it at all, or is the vibe pretty much the same?
As far as general public that aren't into crypto, this has got them scared. Of course, it's again they don't know exactly what's going on. They hear what the media is telling them because this is being covered on our mainstream medias. So they're hearing, this shady tale of what's going on, and they're getting scared, the general public. But that's the thing, is if you know what's going on, it's just another exchange that you never should have kept your shit on, that you couldn't trust, and you proved you couldn't trust them. That's crypto. So as far as the general public goes, this isn't good for Bitcoin and crypto here in Canada, just because they get misinformation from the media.
I think this is a silver lining to this, though, guys, and I want to see, because user Canucks, I want to see what your thoughts are, but I do see a silver lining in this. And I'm not a fan of regulations at all, but if you're going to be a custodial service, I would imagine some should be imposed. And this event is going to basically be like the nitroglycerin in the tank of regulation in Canada. You're going to see CoinCheck or what was it? CoinSquare. CoinCheck was another exchange that was hacked. That's why they were on the mind. But you're going to see CoinSquare and like Coinberry and companies that are exchanges actually have to be audited, probably quite regularly, to prove that they actually have the Bitcoin and the access to the Bitcoin by probably signing a message with the private key to the IRS on a regular basis. Proving that they have access to the private keys, proving that they have the X amount of coins in the storage and things to that effect. And I don't know. I just feel like the silver lining to this is just it's going to be built better, built stronger now. And I think it just really starts to worry me in the the crypto sense is we don't know where the Bitcoin went at all. Like there's no public address to even track to see if this guy has moved the Bitcoin or if anybody has moved any of the $190 million worth of Bitcoin. I think it's like 12,000 BTC and a little bit more because they actually sent more Bitcoin out that they don't know where it went after this.
Yeah. So like they do know one public address at least because they sent more Bitcoin to it. So
yeah, I think they were trying to see what they could do, but I don't know why they test it with $250,000.
Why not send, you know,
$1? $1,
yeah.
$1, just $1. So Kevin, I want to see, what do you know about Lightning Network? Because I think DJ could enlighten us with some Lightning knowledge, bro. It's been like a hot topic of discussion, and a lot of people are starting to, you know, opt into creating their own Lightning channels. Have you seen?
Well, my take on the Lightning Network is that it takes a lot of electricity, because if you think of how much electricity is contained in a lightning bolt, they had a whole network around it. How's that going to work?
Proof of clouds. Yeah, it's going to be backed by condensation, precipitation, and encrypted by evaporation. It's not vaporware though. It's not. DJ, could you just drop for the audience and everybody just a nutshell of what Lightning is for Bitcoin, and you know, how and why you actually, you know, use it quite actively as opposed to, you know, a SegWit or legacy type of Bitcoin transaction?
So I've just been having a lot of fun right now, just playing around with, you know, tipping on Twitter, tippin.me. I have an iOS Lightning wallet, Blue wallet. I don't know how safe and secure it is. I don't have much in it. I'm just playing around, right?
So it's just a wallet on your smartphone that is a Lightning channel.
I don't have my own. I don't think I have my own Lightning node. It's not my own Lightning node.
Right, you're using the Blue wallet's node.
Yeah. And I guess as far as on Twitter goes with tippin.me, that's tipping's node, right? I mean, I'm having fun. I send 1 Satoshi as a tip. It leaves my wallet. 1 Satoshi goes out. They get 1 Satoshi, and
what's the cost though to open a Lightning channel and close one right now? Because when you're only sending 1 Satoshi, you know, what's the viability of actually being able to use that off of a Lightning network?
See, I haven't played around with my own node and all that right now. I will be setting a node up in the next couple weeks. I'm getting another computer, so the one I'm currently on, I'm going to turn into a node and play around with that.
I'm grabbing the Casa, man. That thing looks way too convenient not to be running my own node with. I've always wanted to do the Raspberry Pi thing, and then Casa kind of came out and was like, "Here, you lazy bastard." And I was like, "All right, cool. You can shame me. You can shame me."
The Casa's great if you don't want to mess around with a Raspberry Pi and set up your own, right? If you have the know-how to set up your own, it's cheaper to do it with a Raspberry Pi. So yeah, in the next couple of weeks, I will be setting up a node and actually delving deeper into the Lightning Network. But right now, being able to send a Satoshi and I don't think I'm paying a fee. Like, at least I don't see a fee.
No, only exactly. Only to open and close the channels. So that's, you know, it's basically is like, you know, if I send you 1 Bitcoin, you can send it back to me. I can send that 1 Bitcoin to Kevin. Kevin can send that 1 Bitcoin back to you, and it doesn't lose any It's still 1 Bitcoin. And
over all those transactions, you might lose a Satoshi, right? It's sub-Satoshi fees.
Exactly.
For everyday use, for just you as a person, as an individual, there's not much use to it, right? You don't need that quick of a transaction. You can rely on Bitcoin, the security of Bitcoin, the original Bitcoin. It's more secure. You have the power backing it, right? For Lightning Network, I see it as a payment processing gateway. So
a digital middleman.
Tim Hortons can set up their own Lightning node. I can load up my $20 a week or whatever and go and pay for my coffee instantly. And they get that. And They're not worried about $20 being in the bank immediately. You know, they can do this on a weekly or bi-weekly, a monthly basis, and they can withdraw from their Lightning channel. They can put into their Lightning channel. They can
Well,
do
they
it as
wouldn't
they.
necessarily. They would be their own bank at that point because they would just open a Lightning channel with their supplier. They would open a Lightning channel with their employees. So they would be accepting it through Lightning. They would be replenishing their supplies through Lightning. There would be no reason to really cash out in that sense of getting off of, you know, the Lightning channel. You know, if there's more incentive to keep it in the network that they've created, especially if they're their own node and they're able to, you know, be able to kind of charge a fee on that network service that they're providing.
Well, I've been hearing a lot of talk lately about the fact that, you know, paying your employees doesn't need to be done on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis. You can pay your employees every second, you know, like, and that's what this technology is going to bring about. Is it may not be every second, but you go and you punch into work every minute, every hour, whatever, they can pay you your pay into your account, and there doesn't need to be this wait. You earn it as you get it as you earn it, instead of waiting on them to pay you. And in those 2 weeks, your company could go bankrupt and you don't get paid, right?
Yeah, and I mean it happens. I mean, you know,
you're getting paid every hour.
To
or
kind
every...
of go back, the Quadriga employees have not been paid in quite a bit, and they're still actively trying to work on solving this problem. But you know, the efforts are starting to look fruitless, man. And you know, that's the thing with these Lightning channels people don't get is that micro faucets and how they're going to work. And I even think like the smart contracts of the economy are going to use that payment method as well. Like, if I get paid every minute, maybe every hour I pay my bills. That way, every hour I know exactly how much money I have, you know, to liquidate into whatever I want for whatever I want, because my bills are up to par every hour, and my pay is up to par every minute, and you don't have to wait.
Real time, whether you're making money or losing money. You can see if you need to start earning more. You can see if you're, you know, how much more you're making than what you're spending. There's so many uses there.
I think this is going to be interesting for blockchain games too, where a lot of people say there's too much, you know, congestion in a game. For you can't have every move be a signature on the blockchain. You can't just say moves left 1 pixel, moved right 2 pixels. You can't do that. You can on a Lightning network though. If you have this game built on these sub Satoshi transactions of, you know, micro data, and you know, that way if I'm playing a game, you can't just cheat in the game and just like, you know, hack the game and a pop up under the map like, you know, early Fortnite glitches. You could just, you know, run into a brick wall and you'll be under the map killing people. You couldn't really prove that until, you know, they incorporate, I think, that the camera that everybody now has in the game. But you know, if you went to the blockchain, you could see in the ledger, hey, this dude was at pixel X something, Y something. It's not even in the game. Like, how was he hitting me? Stuff like that. So I think it's going to be a really powerful tool when you think about like the gamified aspect too, not just, you know, currency transactions, because this is so much more than just money. You know, it's programmable money. That every time you think of a Satoshi, think of an if this then that. You know, it's really cool. Like, you know, I'm going to be able to do a lot more permissionless shit, you know, without having to worry about the internet. You know, it's going to be pretty cool. But or censorship from the internet. But what are your guys up to right now, man? Kevin, what's up with you, man? What's your thoughts for 2019?
As it relates to what?
Crypto, Canada, and conferences.
So crypto, I'm just watching from the sidelines as far as the markets go. I find my best way of doing research on these types of things is going to conferences. So I'm going to reserve that for that. And yeah, I'm just trying to ramp up for this year's building business season in Lindsay. I build houses for a living. And
people still live in houses?
Yeah.
It's weird. Seems pretty secure and stable, though, I guess.
Yep.
Are they on the blockchain? Are the houses on the blockchain? Are you building houses on Decentraland?
Well, we have these little ropes that connect the houses, so they're on a blockchain, yes.
These ropes. It took me a second. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, power lines.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of my synopsis. A pretty boring one at this point, but I always figure out a way to throw shit at the wall and make it stick.
Do you have any expectations for the next year or so? Anything you're looking forward to in this space?
Well, like I'm looking forward to potentially going to Huddle Rally and
That would be awesome. Hodl Rally would be awesome, dude. If you go for me, please.
yeah, and then World CryptoCon. I don't really like. I can't hit it as hard as I did last year. It's just
Same.
a lot of stuff. If you stay on the same path, it just doesn't work. So I'll figure it out. I always figure out how to balance it.
Yeah, man, dude, I'm definitely gonna come up to Toronto for the Untraceable event. I'll see you at that one. That's a fact.
Okay.
I think the most recent one I'm probably going to event-wise is in New York next week. Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. It's at the Bitcoin Center. And I think after that, in April, there's an event in Florida I'm going to. And I believe there's one in LA that I'm trying to get to, Crypto Investment Summit. It was a good time last year, and
Okay.
I'd really like to get back out there and hang out with Elon and everybody. And I got to friggin' meet Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of
Nice.
Apple. Yeah, dude, that was fucking cool. So I was like, so how many Bitcoin do you own? And he was just like, 1. And I was just like, that's a lie. I don't believe it. But I didn't have enough time to interrogate him.
Yeah.
I was like, what's your Bitcoin address? I'll send you some so I could check that shit on Block Explorer to see how many Bitcoins he has.
Nice.
What about you, DJ? What's your perspective on, like, what are you kind of focusing on in the crypto space this year, or what you're looking forward to towards the end of the year?
For me, I want to start working in the blockchain space. So I've decided to go to college for computer programming, which will let me get into development and all that. So gonna go to college, get some education, and I want to be part of this movement that's coming. Whether it's blockchain or crypto.
What role though? Marketing, developing.
I want to be on the development side of things.
So where would you see your development? Like, what project would you like to work with, and what would you be able to contribute, or what would you like to contribute to a project?
I mean, I can see so many uses for blockchain that, like, I want to be that guy that's not necessarily working for a crypto company, but working in the real world, integrating blockchain into real world application. So whether it's supply chain or financial industry, wherever.
I like that you said supply chain, because I think that's going to be a great place to focus.
Even gaming, right? If you know how to code computers, you can do gaming, and then to integrate blockchain into gaming, which is huge.
Well, Engine just released a tool for Unity, or I think that's the name of it, for the Android and iOS application development tool. So if you want to develop an Android game with the same platform tools that you used to use, they have these really cool Engine blockchain like plugins to tokenize a lot of the in-app content, like the skins, or probably like the in-app currencies, stuff like that. So it's really cool to see, like, the mainstream incorporation of this. And I think Samsung even partnered with Engine, and it looks like they're kind of paving the way for blockchain gaming. And I mean, Tron is too. I mean, they have the Tron Arcade, where they're basically like, apply here and we'll fund your DApp on our blockchain, which is friggin' awesome. I think that's why Chibi Fighters moved over from Ethereum to Tron, because the blockchain that they were using wasn't cost effective for how much volume their game was getting and interactions. The gas fees and shit were just starting to add up, dude. And I think that's probably one of the biggest flaws right now in a lot of these blockchain games is they're building on Ethereum or building in a manner that requires a transaction fee and interaction or engagement. That's where I think they're going to lose a lot of the fucking mainstream, is saying that, oh, you ran out of Ethereum, you ran out of EOS, you have no more bandwidth to interact with this game or this dApp. It's such a huge roadblock. But I think sponsored transaction fees and other, incorporations, are going to probably be able to work that out eventually.
Yeah, right now the writing a transaction and storing that data is going to be the big hurdle to blockchain gaming. Steam does it pretty well, but that's based on how their blockchain is already operates, right? So I'm excited for Steam and the games on Steam. They seem
dude, I just saw you fucking Kevin. Did you see DJ's post earlier?
What's that?
This dude, I don't even know how he does it, guys. I don't. He must have fucking ate 4-leaf clovers and salads as a kid. Like, that's just, I don't know. But he sold one of his fucking Steam Monster cards, a gold one, and ended up how many? Like 80 something cards richer.
Well, I got 81 Steam for it.
81 Steam richer. That's what it was, dude. That's pretty friggin' awesome, man. Like, I love the Steam Monsters game.
As a reward at the end of the season. Like, I played the game. I got some cards at the end of the season. Nice gold legendary.
So you play a game. You got rewarded with in-game tokenized content. You auctioned it off at the marketplace, and you made money.
Yep.
Dude, come on, Kevin. Come on, Kevin.
That's what it's all about.
That's the future of gaming right there.
Exactly.
Like, that's my digital content. I should be allowed to use it, sell it, trade it.
Kev, you got to start playing Steam Monsters. I'll give you a code so you can get some.
You guys are going to wreck the environment with all this game playing.
Yeah, it's sucking all the electricity up. It's ruining the internet. We need to go outside more and use air coins.
Hey, I
just downloaded air coins yesterday.
Is there any drops around you? Did you find any drops?
Yeah, I was able to collect like 10 drops just sitting right here.
Yeah, see, and then after a couple times you do that, you can increase your zone. So that's what I kind of do. I just literally do it until I can just get the biggest zone possible, so I don't actually have to get up and go outside. So bad. Yo, Kevin, go to steammonsters.com and sign up so I can like hook you up, because it's pretty cool, man. It's like, it's sort of like Monsters or Pokemon trading card game, but the cards are tokens on the Steam blockchain, and all the battles and all like the packs of cards you buy, they're all smart contracts on the blockchain that you can audit. Hey, thanks for the 420 super chat. Castle Crypto in the house. Hey guys, check out Castle Crypto. Somebody sent me $4.20 in a donation through YouTube, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I guess I could do one of these in honor. Yeah.
Where did you get that puppy? Don't answer right now. Oh, you either.
Castle Crypto, thanks for the 420 super chat, bro. Much appreciated.
What currency are you accepting on 420?
That was a USD.
It was dirty fiat.
But check it out. YouTube, they just want your bank account routing and an account number, right? So yeah. I went to Bitwage and I made a Bitwage account. And they give you an account number and a routing number for you to give your employer, which would be YouTube. And then YouTube sends Bitwage my direct deposit, right? Cool. Bitwage takes that dirty fiat and converts that shit right into crypto and sends it to my goddamn public address. And I have the private keys to my money instantly. And they can't fractionally reserve or fractionally lend my money because I take it right out of their ecosystem, bro, and throw it right into crypto.
And then once you get approved, you're going to be earning on that.
I'm waiting, man. I've been bugging Robert Beatles about getting approved, but once I'm approved, I'm consolidating. All right, so there's the Monarch wallet. It's one of the companies that sponsors the podcast. You can see their thing right
Yeah.
over there in the corner. Monarch Wallet has partnered with Celsius Network, and Celsius Network makes it possible for you to lend out your cryptocurrencies and earn interest on it. It is KYC'd, and it's not like fucking BitConnect. It is if BitConnect wasn't a scam, I guess. And you sure as fuck aren't gonna make 40% a month. I'll nip that right in the bud right now. You're not gonna make 40% a month. But I think it's around 5% on your Bitcoin a week. Something like that, and about 7% interest on your Litecoin weekly. And basically what you get to do is you have your Bitcoin in your Monarch wallet, but you also have your private keys to that Bitcoin. You're sitting it in a KYC approved wallet that you have access to the private keys, but while your money's sitting in that wallet, you're earning interest on it.
Okay.
You never lose your private keys. You sit your Bitcoin there, you earn interest on it. Bruh. Like, that's the missing link to being your own bank in crypto.
And you can interact with that.
Well, yeah, if I withdraw the crypto, I stop earning the interest on what I withdraw instantly, which, you know, there's an incentive to just keep it there. But the strong hands follow, you know, and I'm seeing, you know, people saying hodl, hodl, strong hands. And, well, why would it just why are we not using it, right? Like, actively giving Bitcoin a use instead of worrying why no one's using it when you're not yourself, when you could be, instead of it just sitting there, you could be accumulating some interest on it with Monarch and Celsius. And I don't know if I'm even going to get approved because it is legit. It is above board, you know, so fingers crossed on this approval process. Cool. But yeah, if you want to, definitely check it out because it's going to be a pretty powerful tool for earning crypto just for holding crypto.
Like a savings account.
Yeah, exactly. You have your savings account, which would be your Celsius Network wallet in Monarch, and then you would have your spending checkings account. But I would even just use my savings account as a checking account at that point, to be completely honest, because even as it sits there for a little bit, I can earn on it, so it's whatever.
Weird. I wonder what their incentive is on giving you interest on your money as it sits
there. They're
there.
charging people pretty penny. I think about 9%, 7 to 9% on the interest on that. So they're just giving us a cut of that. And,
okay, so they're lending out crypto, but it's not out of your wallet?
No, the Bitcoin is collateral against a loan that's given out to somebody else.
Right, and they're basically fronting that loan themselves using our crypto as the collateral, just as it's there. Not saying that it's on tap because we have the keys, we have the ability to move it whenever, but it's there. So they have something to point at while they're using their money to front the loans, and then they give 80% of the interest back to the people that are basically putting up that front of the Bitcoin that gives them the ability to use their money to put up for the loans. So you are your own bank, and we can use our money like banks have used our money, but now we get the same benefits and privileges that they got. Banks give what, 0.01% or 0.001% interest, and they charge 30 for some people to borrow some fucking money from you, DJ. If I want to borrow money from the bank, I'm borrowing it from fucking you. Would you charge me 30%, bro, and be cool with me only giving you back 0.001%?
No,
I don't think so.
My money's on the line. I want that 30%.
So I'm really excited for the future of this space, man. Like, there's going to be less and less middlemen, and we're going to be creating our own. This Lightning Network's just the beginning, too. Like, I'm so excited for seeing the torch get passed around from, like, you know, Jack, Fidelity, and, you know, down to, like, random people, like, not random, but, like, Wiz on Twitter, who's been in crypto since, like, forever, and I didn't know he was on crypto Twitter. I didn't know he existed until the torch was passed to Wiz, and you kind of look into this guy, and he's been around for fucking ever. So I love that this Lightning Torch is doing a lot more than just spreading awareness of the Lightning Network, and it's, like, we're all following each other through this process, too, right? Like, we're building a whole new crypto Twitter. It's like crypto Lightning Twitter. Jack's on board, man. He's running his Casa node, and, you know, drawing his what was that on? There's a Bitcoin picture he drew, and it was on like a Bitcoin forum. It was using some kind of crypto and blockchain like art project thing, and he basically drew like exiting the Bitcoin on it. It was like, whoa, this dude's really starting to dive into the user experience. So I guess to kind of wrap things up here, guys, let everybody know a little bit about yourselves and where they can find you if you want to be found.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Okay, my name's Kevin.
Is
You
it?
can find me in Lindsay, Ontario.
I need the verification. Show me your passport, social security number, driver's license. Don't worry about it. What exchange do you
I
use?
do not KYC on the first date.
Okay, YC on the first date. I feel like that's the soundbite right there.
No, I mean on Twitter at Kevin's Cryptos, on Facebook Kevin Moore, on Instagram I think it's Kevin's Cryptos. Anyways, that's it. It's a wrap. DJ, take it away.
Yeah, I'm at DJ Meatpops on Twitter. Crypto enthusiast. No real names from me. I don't even think you guys really know too much about my real names. Yeah, I love crypto and blockchain, and let's fucking do this shit.
Yeah, and shout out to Crypto Kitties. Love you, DJ. All right, guys, thanks for tuning into the podcast. I appreciate the love. Don't forget to share this out if you had a good time, and as always, have a day.
Peace.